welcome to today's video. So for this video I am going to do a favourites video. So this is going to be my April favourites, so everything that I was loving and that I couldn't stop using throughout April. So I always love watching these videos, and I'm going to try and make them like a regular monthly thing now. It was the first ever video I put up, was a monthly favourites video, and yeah, I always, like, by the time I remember to film it, it's halfway through the month. So I thought I'll put this one up at the beginning of May, and then I'll try and remember, like, I'll try and make sure each month I am doing it early enough to put up. So yeah, so I am going to show you the products that I have loved using, and I hope you enjoy watching. Okay, so to start off with, I'm going to start with makeup and then go on to skincare and then probably body care. So this product is something that I mentioned in one of my last videos, in my top 10 primers, not primers, top 10 setting sprays. So I mentioned this because I hadn't tried it yet, and it was kind of like the thing I added on to the end that I wanted to try. And I was, in my video, very sceptical about how it was going to work out. I do have combination skin of oily and normal, and this product is a mattifying product, and I wasn't sure if it was going to just make me look cakey and just like kind of no life to my skin, because although I do have oily areas, I'm very much about the dewy look. So I always try and have like a glowy dewy finish rather than too matte. I literally adore it. So this is the product. So this is what it looks like. So I don't know how you say the name. I want to say like Boscia or Boscia or something. I'm not too sure. It's Boscia. And I got this from Sephora, but I do believe they do it online. So this is the white charcoal mattifying makeup setting spray. So you get loads in here, and honestly I have used a lot of this. So I've been using it like every day pretty much for a good month now, and there's literally this much gone. Like, it lasts a long time. There's a big bottle in here. And it's usually separate, and then you kind of shake it, and then the charcoal mixes with the liquid and you spray it. So the thing that I've been loving about this is it doesn't really, if you're really oily and you want to look completely matte, this isn't what it says on the tin. Like, it's not really matte. But what I really like about it is each of my shiny areas, so I get shiny on my chin, nose, between my eyebrows, it keeps the shine at bay all day, but where I've highlighted and where like I want to look dewy, it doesn't take that away, but it does keep my shine under control, which is obviously what I would really want in a setting spray. And this does everything. Like, it doesn't stop me looking dewy, but makes me not look shiny, if that makes sense. So yeah, I love this one, and I am so glad that I have found it. Okay, next up on the makeup route is this product. This is the Becca Cosmetics Under Eye Brightening Concealer. So this is what it looks like. And then inside it's got like an orangey kind of creamy texture and tone. So it's like it's a peach colour, so it's obviously for under eyes and corrects any dark circles or any kind of dullness under the eyes. I have been loving this. I actually find that it's really cooling for under the eyes and perfect to put on before foundation and concealer. So really nice, but also I think it's a really nice product for spring, summer, because it just makes your eyes look more awake, and underneath, like, I've suffered with quite bad dark circles lately. I'm just not sleeping very well, so this really helps kind of correct that darkness, and it sits really nicely under foundation and concealer, so it doesn't cake or anything like that. And yeah, it's really nice, and it's the perfect size, so like it's not too big or not too chunky or anything like that, and it's not too orangey. Like, I hate when you get colour correctors and they're like bright orange, like neon orange, and I'm just like, what am I going to do with that? Like, how am I going to blend it? How is that going to look under foundation? This, you don't have this problem because it's a very light peach, but it still works and it blends perfectly. So this has been a lifesaver for me. Okay, so next up for makeup, kind of on the eye route, this is a primer. So this is a tinted primer, and this is the Benefit They're Real primer. So this is for your eyelashes, obviously, and it is a mink brown tint. So it's literally the exact same packaging pretty much and brush as the They're Real mascara. So yeah, it's pretty much the same, but I don't use it with that mascara. I use it with pretty much anyone that I'm liking. I do love using it with the Benefit Roller Lash mascara. These two are like the perfect pair. But I used to think that eyelash primers were a bit of a gimmick. I wasn't really sure if they'd work or how they would work, or if they were just like an add-on product just to waste your money. But this isn't at all. It makes my mascara not flake, and it makes it last longer. It makes, you know when you first put mascara on and your eyelashes, you're like, yes, like they look so long, like so nice, and it's halfway through the day and they're flat and you're like, what happened? So yeah, this kind of makes them stay like that all day, and it works really, really nicely. And I've also been trying out another eyelash primer, which I will talk about at some point, which I really, really like. But yeah, so this is tinted, so again it's brown, which again really kind of gives your lashes that nice base for mascara, makes them look darker. And yeah, it's just really nice, works really well, and a really easy step, but does make a difference. So not a gimmick and very helpful. Okay, so next up for makeup, I couldn't do a favourites video without probably mentioning this brand because it's just my favourite makeup brand. And yeah, so this is the Charlotte Tilbury Light Wonder Foundation. So this has SPF 15 and I'm in the shade 6 medium, and it says it's for a daily luminous tint with SPF 15, and it gives a flawless glowing finish. So this has literally, when I bought this, because I'm a big fan of the Magic foundation, and when I bought this I knew it was going to be like a lot lighter coverage, but I am a fan of kind of light foundations, but I still want to be covered. Like, I don't want them to just go to water and you still be able to see like blemishes and redness. Like, that's not why I wear foundation. So I was a bit worried about using this. Don't know why, because it's Charlotte Tilbury and I'm never disappointed. But I was a bit worried because I thought, how is it kind of going to look on my skin? I will link the video below where you can see my first impressions on it. But to be honest, I loved it then, but I've just fallen in love with it more and more and more since. And I've been using it pretty much every single day for the last few weeks. It's really, really nice when the sun comes out and you want coverage, but you don't want to feel heavy, like anything heavy on your skin. And it just is literally glow in a foundation. Like, you can tone it down with powder, because obviously on my oily areas I need to, but this literally makes your skin glow like no other. And I always use it with the Charlotte Tilbury Light, is it the Light Booster Primer, the new one that's come out, and they are just the perfect pair. And yeah, I just love this, and it just makes, it's the perfect colour match for me. But it's also just really nice for that natural everyday makeup. If you can build it up if you want it more heavy, or you can just put one layer and just have natural glowy makeup. And yeah, I've been really loving this. And then to go with that, I have been also loving the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Beauty Light wand. So as you can see, I have made a big dent in it, so it's nearly finished now. But yeah, so I love this. So it has like the only thing I will say, it does get a bit messy, like the applicator, but it's got like a tube. So it's got you take the lid off and then it's got a sponge, and you just like apply it to where you want highlight and then blend it in. I just really, really like this. It's, again, with this, it's gorgeous. And I just really like it for giving like a natural glow. Again, you can make it more intense, but I like it for giving a natural glow, like where the sun would like naturally hit. I apply it to my cheekbones pretty much, and then maybe a little bit on the ends of my nose depending on how I'm feeling. And then I will literally go outside, and the minute I'm in the sun, like you can see it, like it's on my cheekbone, and my cheekbone just pops. But it's like a natural pop. Like, it doesn't look like it's the highlighter doing it, it looks like it's the sun doing it, which is obviously great. and yeah, it just makes your skin look glowy like naturally, so it looks like you just have a general glow, which is great, and it's really super easy to blend, and over foundation it doesn't rub or remove your foundation or any product underneath it. It just blends really well, so I have been loving this one. And then next up I'm going to go on to skincare. So for skincare, I'd say the last 2 weeks maybe, my skin hasn't been the best that it has been. It's kind of been breaking out like around my chin and cheeks and lips and really odd areas where I don't usually have problems too much. Like I don't usually, touch wood, suffer with breakouts really badly, but these last 2 weeks, yeah, it's been not great, and my skin's just been a mess, and it's kind of been like dry in some places, like especially around my nose, and I don't ever really suffer with dry skin, especially not in May or April. So yeah, it's been a bit weird. I think it's down to like stress and a lot of other things. So these products have really helped me out. They haven't like transformed it completely because I've still been like struggling with it, but they have made it more manageable. So this is the Pixie Rose Tonic. So this is what it looks like. This is like a mini one. I am featuring this one because I've been using I had the big version of the Glow Tonic with the glycolic acid in, which I absolutely adore. It's so good, and it lasted me ages, but I literally ran out last week. And so I had this one, and so I thought I'll try this one. This one doesn't have glycolic acid, I don't believe, but it's the Rose Tonic, so it has rose and elderflower, and it's a nourishing toner. So although the Glow Tonic I am going to get again because it is gorgeous, I thought I'd feature this one because I feel like, especially this last week where I've been slightly dry, this has really helped, because it is like nourishing, and also my skin's been a bit red like around here, which it always is slightly, but it's been worse lately. So this has helped to tone it down a little bit in the mornings, like the rose. So yeah, I just apply it to a cotton pad and use it morning and evening, and it's super cooling and super refreshing, and just I feel like it calms my skin down before applying makeup, and it smells gorgeous. And another thing to go with that toner, which again they work beautifully together, and I've been using this, it's actually nearly run out, and I've been using this since maybe for like 2 months now, pretty much every other night. I alternate it with a different product. And I love it. So this is the Pixie Rose Oil Blend. So this is what it looks like, and it's lasted me ages. I think I am running out now, but it's lasted ages. And this is a nourishing face oil. Again, I was worried because of my slightly oily skin. I thought this would make me look really greasy, but I have used this some mornings as just like literally 1 drop, as a primer or as a moisturiser if my skin's feeling tight and just uncomfortable, and this really works nicely and gives like a nice glow. But what I mainly use it for is in the night time. Before I go to bed, I apply like 2 drops to each cheek and then forehead, and then all over my neck, and then rub it in, so I go a bit more like saturated at night time. Can sink in through the night and really work nicely, and I always wake up and my skin feels a bit more nourished and looked after and just looks nice and smooth. So, and again, this smells gorgeous and works really nicely with the Rose Tonic. And then next up, I'm going to mention these because I have fallen in love with them ever since I very kindly received them. So again, I had to do a favourites video, and I couldn't not mention this brand because if you follow me on my Instagram or anything like that, you will know that this has now become a brand that will always be very close to my heart. And I am just obsessed with this product, and you will probably see a product from this brand every month now, because I've very kind of been given so much, and there's so much that I can't wait to get through and try, but there's so many products that I try and just love. And they just work really well for my skin. So yeah, be prepared to see at least 1 product in my favourites videos. So these are the Nivea Urban Detox Masks. So these are the 1-minute masks. and these come in 3 different types. So you have the 1 minute Urban Detox Mask Pore Refine. So this is the Pore Refine one, and it has magnolia extract and it's a self-heating formula. Then you have the Moisturise Mask with green tea and hyaluronic acid. And then you have, this one's my favourite, you have the Purify Mask with white clay and magnolia extract. So I'm going to do a whole separate blog post and possibly a video on these because they're my fave. And they've really helped my skin the last 2 months. So yes, they've been a really handy addition to my skincare routine. So if I am using one mask, I always reach for this one. This is the Purify, and it just works really beautifully on my skin. Also what I love about it is it has like beads in it, exfoliating kind of beads, so you can leave it on and then add a little bit of water and rub it in, and then before you wash it off, and it kind of works as a exfoliator as well as a mask, which is great. And yeah, so they are 1 minute masks. I tend to leave them on for 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how much time I have. I don't have to leave them on for ages, and they're not faffy, they're just in a tube, you just put them on and you're done. And then I also, I love to multi-mask with these. So for multi-masking, I use the Purify one on my oily areas. So I'll use it on my chin and kind of this bit between my eyebrows and the middle of my forehead. And then I'll use the Pore Refine mask on my nose and just like either side of my nose where I get oily and sometimes am prone to any kind of congestion. And where my pores are slightly more enlarged. This also has a self-heating formula, so I love this one because you can feel it heating up and it really does tighten them pores. And then the moisturised one I will use on my more normal areas, so around my cheeks and then upper lip and neck, like I drench my neck in it. And yeah, so this also comes out in a really funky blue colour, and it really makes your skin look glowy afterwards, and it's really nice and cooling. So these 3 together are perfect, and I think they're so reasonable, like for a mask and what you get. And they honestly last ages. Like, I've been using these, especially the Purify one, for a long time, and yeah, they last ages, and I think they're like £7 or £8. They are really reasonable for a mask, and they do work. I have been loving these. Next up we have a Bodycare item. Again, this is something that I have been using for the last probably 2 or 3 months actually. I've been swapping between 2. So this is the Nivea In Shower Body Moisturiser. So the one that I'm using currently is the water activated formula with almond oil, and this is the 24-hour plus nourishing for dry skin. But the other one that I adore and I need to buy another one actually, because it's going to be great for summer, is the In Shower Body Lotion, but the Q10 one. And it has like Q10 beads in it. It kind of cools your legs, really good for kind of firming properties, which is always great in the summer. And yeah, so I've also been loving this one though. I love the smell because it's like a really nice, like original kind of Nivea scent. And yeah, it's perfect because I'm not gonna lie, I'm not great when it comes to moisturising my actual body. Sometimes get out the shower, sometimes remember, sometimes don't, and my legs do tend to get dry if I don't look after them. So this has been a lifesaver, this range, and I can honestly say it does work. Look, it really annoys me. I've had it in the past where I've bought In Shower body lotions and I've got out and I know that I'm just drying it and it's just all coming off and my skin just doesn't feel any different. But these, honestly, they do work. I mean, I applied this one this morning, got out, and my legs look kind of glowy and moisturised. And I mean, you can come out and apply another moisturiser on top if you want really like deep moisture and if you're going to have your legs out, but these are just good to use every day to kind of top up that moisture. And yeah, so they're really easy, and you're under the shower, you move out the water for a second, apply it all over your body, and then get back in the shower, rinse it all off, get out, and then just pat dry, and that's it. Your skin is nice and smooth. So I love these, and also this one comes in such a big bottle, so it lasts a long time, and they're really reasonable too. And then lastly, I'm going to go on to a scent. So I have a few different fragrances at the minute that I'm really enjoying using. I thought I'd feature this one because I really like the smell, obviously, but also I love the size. So this is the Chanel perfume, and this is the Chanel Gabrielle perfume. So it's really nice. It's light. It is quite, well, I'd say it's light for a Chanel perfume, if that makes sense. Like, I love the Chanel Mademoiselle, but this I'd say is a bit more kind of lighter than that. And it's just a really nice kind of spring scent. Just nice to like spritz on. I like the size because it's really small. I mean, this is 50 millilitres. It is a pricey perfume. Obviously Chanel is a pricey brand, but I just think this is a great size. I mean, I know you can get perfumes in 50 millilitres, but I just really like the packaging of this. Really like how kind of dainty it is, and it's just great for travelling. Like, I took this away with me the other week, and it's just a great size. But having said that, it lasts ages because you spritz it on, and it's like Chanel's always got those lasting smells, so they don't fade away after an hour. I don't need too much, but yeah, so it'll last a long time. But I've just been really enjoying using this. Okay, so that is it for my April favourites. I hope that you enjoyed watching this video, and that you also enjoyed seeing what I've been loving and what I have enjoyed using every day. So yeah, I will link all the products below that I've mentioned, and I will also link below my blog and Instagram. On my Instagram, I'm always posting products that I'm loving day to day, so yeah, check that out if you're interested. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe if you would like to see more from me. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching, and that you have a lovely May, and yeah, I will see you soon. Bye!